Hi, I'm Leigh Read, 56. Originally came to Canada in 2016. My wife Cindy and her family are from here. She's a school teacher, grade 5 at Stratford. Works and reinvents every single day. I don't know how she does it, to be honest. Lewis is a graphic designer. Samuel is going through his second year at Holland College graphic design, and Sadie's in grade 11 at Rural. And as a family, we've all grown, literally, since we moved here, and it's been amazing. Wouldn't change a day. It was my 50th birthday. I'd had a great game of rugby in the afternoon, had a fantastic party at this house. Lots of people turned up, apparently. I don't remember too much of it, but it was great. A couple of days later, I opened a care package from a really good friend of mine from New Brunswick who'd gone to an English shop to get me some English goodies. And part of that was a tin of baked beans. I went to take it out, thought I'd caught it, and I hadn't, and it landed on a second toe on my right foot. But unfortunately, it got worse, and even with some IVs and some antibiotics, it just wouldn't go down. And then sometime into late October, it started to get really bad. And then I went to the ER and overnight on a Friday, and didn't come back out for 19 days. And it was interesting because it came up my right leg, went across my groin and down into my left leg. Halfway through that, I got a visit from a Dr. Costa, who I'd never met before, probably about 7 to 9 days in. And, you know, I'd had more x-rays, scans, incredible support and help from the whole hospital, that during one of those scans, they found a lump on my left kidney. So basically, I was told that it would need to come out, and but it would only need to come out and could come out once my CRP levels were down, and that took another 7 months, 8 months. So I had a lot of care once I'd left Unit 3. I'd had a lot of care and support through the QEH, through daily visits and everything. Then I find out at 52 years of age, crazily, or 53, I have eosinophilic asthma. And that was something that I wasn't expecting, never had any kind of symptoms at all. I started to go back into the QEH at a different unit under Dr. Harris, where I was given some medications, some inhalers. Over that period of 20 months, I then had COVID 3 times, which was really tough. But I was lucky in the sense, again, I was in the system. I was able to get Paxlovid, which really helped. And whilst that was all happening in the background, Dr. Harris and his team are looking to get me a new injection called Nucala, which was to help the inflammation in my lungs, which I still have. But the Nucala injection that I get monthly has really helped that. Then we get to 23, and we found colon and bowel cancer, and I think it was in 2 places. It might have been around the same place. But you know what, within then, you know, I was very lucky. I was within 7 days in August last year, and it was very different this time. During that period of time of going through all of this craziness, I'd moved to Fox Meadow Golf Course, met an amazing guy called Paul McCormack, who's a mindfulness coach, and he taught me some tools to be able to cope with that. So when I went into surgery this time, I was part of it. And I can't thank Dr. Issa and his team for that, because it helped my recovery massively. To have the ability to stay here on PEI and be visited by friends and family and rugby players, probably inappropriately bringing whiskey and God knows what else, but it was part of the journey, and it was so much easier, and it's so calming. It's a comfort place. They have you. It's like a blanket. Dr. Rogerson. I mean, she was just amazing for me, such a kind and inspirational lady who just wouldn't let it lie. Just wouldn't let what was going on in 2018, and she wasn't happy until she got it resolved. And that was amazing for me to have that. For Dr. Costa and his honesty, you know, at the time, and not being able to, but knowing that he had Troy Sitland in Moncton. To John Sutton, you know, on the ward, my biggest cheerleader. I mean, the guy was just at the bottom of my bed most days. Come on, what's going to happen next? Never pushing, but just that kindness, that male support that I needed, somebody that I had never met before, but I felt like I'd known all my life kind of thing. Coletta, you know, 9 o'clock at night when the family and everybody have gone, that's the quiet time. And there would Coletta arrive with a taco salad at 9 o'clock at night, and we'd chat, and things were just very, very cool. You know, the nutrition team have your back the whole time. They want to make sure that you're getting the best you can. Angela had that. Angela and I had met prior to me going in. And so we had sort of a knowledge of each other. And so when she appears and she's my nutrition manager as well, it was pretty cool. Dr. Harris Ease, he's a beauty. What I like about Dr. Harris Ease is he gives it to me straight. He didn't let it go. He was determined that I was going to get better, and for him to support me to get this injection, which is a lot of money, but for me to be upright and be able to live my life. But also, that happened at a time that potentially, if I hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to have surgery. You know, there's things that cross over through the whole of this and happened at reasons and times. When I went in for surgery, Jenny was incredible. I mean, you know, Dr. Issa said, yes, we'll keep in touch and keep informed. But Jenny went above and beyond. I mean, she kept in touch with Cindy and they were all friends anyway. But it's that knowledge of knowing that things are okay, right? And it's a mindset. You can be sitting by yourself and just thinking all these horrendous thoughts. Whereas Jenny didn't allow that to happen, and there was a long surgery as well. So I was gone a long time. But after that, even when I was in Unit 7, Jenny kept in touch about what was happening. Things are happening for a reason. And you can't put a value on that. It's kindness beyond, but that place has that in abundance. It really does. Dr. Paul Cusack, talk about lucky. Paul's been there through absolutely everything. He's the one that's had to tell me the second time about it, you know, calling me in. And, you know, there have been times when it's been horrendously tough for him to say some of the things that have been going on. But we've got a friendship and a relationship that has enabled that to happen. And I can't speak highly enough of him. And I'm very, very lucky to have him now as a friend as well. Sadly, my brother passed away in June from fighting cancer for 11 years, leukemia, lymphoma, bone marrow. He shared with me something that he went through, and it was he would acknowledge, accept, and he'd advance. And I think that's really important. I carry that on my arm, and that will always remind me of him and the courage that he took to do what he needs to do. I get to go to work. I get to go and do the food shopping. I get to walk Timbit. I get to enjoy my life. I get to live my best life, and I'm willing to do that. Because he did it every single day, just tried to live. That's all he wanted to do. I am very, very blessed to be here and be able to do this. And if it wasn't for all of those people we've discussed, and everybody in the QEH from ER all the way through to nutrition, catering, labs and everything, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I get to do this, and I'm extremely pleased to do so. Sometimes the gesture of giving can be seen as, oh yeah, you're just giving it. But I can honestly see from when being in the QEH and being part of the Big Day Giving and now this, the love and heart and care people put into their donations and the reasons for it. And it can be about a member of a family. It can be about themselves. It can be, you know, just that moment in time. But I can't thank them enough, because without them, the equipment can't be bought. Things don't happen. They have to maybe travel away, whereas they get to stay here now. And I'm hoping from this, what will happen is that more conversations like this will happen. More men especially will step up and tell their story, because they get to be able to do it, because they're going to get quick scanning and answers back and information that will enable them to have great times with their family, get to live and get to be who they want to be.